Yeah, Malali, it's over to you.
Yeah. Good morning, guys. Today we will learn about a very simple topic, but it has more divergence. Just we need to understand like how it works and how it is gonna be. Take it and each and every path. That's what. So share my screen. Yeah. Okay, so basically, like I want to go through each and every point so people can understand clearly because, like even we have a very clear description from the Chaitanya, but I want to go through each and every point so that it will be like I will satisfy myself, like so you have what I want to tell you, you will understand each and every point. Okay. So today we are discussing about Maven. The first point is like when you open the Maven pom.xml, pom.xml is the heart of the Maven, where it will tell you what you want needed for your project. This is what the clearly the total heart of your project is the pom.xml. So that is a Maven right now. Okay. First of all, group ID, artifact ID, and version. So these are the three elements which we need to see. When you open the pom.xml, this is the blank where you can able to identify like, okay, what is group ID, what is artifact ID, and what is a version. Now, so last 1 week, probably like, we were working on the Maven and you have seen many dependencies, many things. The same thing you can see here also, the group ID, artifact ID, and version. And in the plugins also, you can see the group ID, artifact ID, and version. What is this? Like, why it has the same names? Here also the same names, and the project which I created is also the same names. Why it has the same? What is the difference? Why? Because this is some super duper guys has written these plugins, and we are using it, and here we are writing a simple project. So why these names are same? Now the point here is anyone, whoever is writing a project, they will use the same Java. If they use the same Java means they have to use the same type of pom.xml. So it means like group ID. If you see here, group ID is org.apache.maven.plugins, right? Now, when you come to our project, basically, when you create a package, the package is com.test. So that is the one of the group of class files which you are going to be put it into this package. It is a very similar to that. That is called a group ID. Means like I'm not saying it's a package name, but I want to say like it is a very similar to that. I'm not saying it's the same. It is very similar to that, so that you can have this type of one project. One guy has been open in his Eclipse. Okay. And then second is artifact ID. The artifact ID is nothing but it's a project. I mean, in terms of if you say like in the project, in the package, you have a class. So for example, this is my com.test is my package and Maven2 is my class name. So in similar way, I can say this is just like a one of the class name which it is being started over there. Okay, the artifact ID. And third point is the version. So which version I am releasing? Version you people already know about that. If anyone has the initial release will be 1.0, and if there is any bugs will come is 1.1, something like that. They will increase the versions. The versions will come. So now these three are the basic things for the pom.xml for any type of project of any type of jar, whoever it is created. Wherever if you see this in the Maven repository or in or in the remote repository, wherever you see, this is the very common and basic things. Understand? Any questions on this? Can you take it as a no?
Malali, please explain the difference between the version and the snapshot.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, there are two things here: the snapshot, and we have another thing called we don't get this snapshot name in the wherever you see in the Maven repository, right? But why the snapshot is? The snapshot, it tells for whenever you have, for example, I'm developing my project in Walmart. So I have done one basic release, and I have done all the coding, and I have done the release into the my test environment, QA environment. For the QA environment, I have to give the complete build. I cannot give you the cycles of which is there any errors, anything I have seen. I cannot give you that. I have to give the complete build and clean build. I have to give the release. That is called a release. Snapshot and release. There are two things will be there. Now, basically 1.0.01 is called a release. 1.01 is we can say as a trailer. Okay. This is the release and this is the trailer. The trailers, basically we developers, we will develop and we will put it into our development environment, not in the any upper environments in the sense like the QA environment or in the stage environment or in the production environment. All the upper environments, we have to put the final release version. But at the development environment, we were making the changes regularly so that we don't want to change the version of that. That is the major reason why there is some extra one hyphen snapshot is there. That is the point here. Okay. So to generally, I can say that snapshot is a trailer, and then version, I mean the release is a final cinema. Got it? Clear, Machi?
Yes, Morally.
Yeah, Mohammed, sorry, actually I'm at multiple calls. This is snapshot. What I heard is it's an extension of the release, right? I mean, latest changes.
We cannot say extension of a release, basically. We will say, like, for example, you have released 1.0.0. Okay. Now it is in the production. Now I have find one bug and I want to add a new feature out of it. So for that, I have developed for 2 months and then I'm release now. When I release, for putting into the development environment, means the development environment, basically we developers use it, not for the QA guys and not for the production also. For development environment, we people use. I don't want to change the version. Well, every time I put it into the some environment, right? At that time, for that reason, I will put my same version with the name as snapshot. Okay, this is I did not change it here. Now, when I go for the extra environments like QA or stage or production, at that time, I will release it by fixing the bug and by adding the new feature. I'm releasing the 1.0.1. That is, I'm going to release into the QA environment. That if they given the sign off, then I will go to the stage. And the UAT is done, then I will go to the production. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So this is a snapshot in the sense a change then, only change related.
Yeah, we can say like it's only for the change where we are going to be doing it in our environment, development only.
Okay, now we mentioned 101 snapshot. So the version it will take, only change it will take, because already existed 101 and it will pull only latest change.
Yes, you can take it like that too. That's also fine.
Okay. And one more thing, in the project we have version and version, both we have, right? So that 400 is related to what in the project?
Model version, this is model version is different. Okay. This is not the model version. I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about only the version point. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this is the model version. I think I did not see this tag. I think this is a POM version. So it's like a 4.00, right? This is the POM version, I believe, but exactly I'm not sure how it is. Okay. This tag.
That's it was by default, it comes from the Maven. So that's a standards which they need to connect. That's a header versions. So in the usually we will have that headers, right? Malali?
Yeah,
So
this
that
is the
header
POM
section.
Maven version. Okay, got it much. Right. So, and the name and descriptions, everyone knows about that. That's okay. That's a normal name and descriptions you have given. Now, coming to the point, next line is a dependencies. Okay. So, dependencies means you want, basically you guys know about Maven. What is a Maven and what exactly does this, right? Basically, like, I will put a one simple example. As already Chaitanya said, there is a bank example. To add to that, I will add some more points to make you understand better. First of all, like I have a piggy bank where I put my money, all my monies, like 10 rupee notes, 5 rupee notes, and 100 rupee, 1000, 1000, 2000, and 500. All these notes I have put it in my piggy bank, where whatever the salary I get, I put it in my piggy bank. Okay. And suddenly, one day our Prime Minister came and says, like, your demonetization is I'm announcing. So from 1 month onwards, your whatever the notes you have, that will be invalid. He will say that. Now, what should I do with my notes? Because all my salary, everything I put in my piggy bank. So when I have taken it, after some time, it is invalid. I cannot use anything. I cannot buy anything. But in the same way, my wife is little bit clever. So whatever the salary she gets, she's gonna put it in the bank. Okay. And in the same point of time, same our Prime Minister came and says like demonetization announced. So what is the problem in that? It's announced, let it be. Whatever the notes has been recycled, bank, if I go to the bank, I will get a new note. Whatever the problem, I don't have any issue at all. Okay. Tomorrow go, day after tomorrow I will go, or whenever I want to go, bank will give me the valid notes where I can have it. Now putting together to understand here, I have a library, okay, which I added in my project. That is a library I downloaded from the internet. That is called JAR file. I have added in my library. And I was working. At some point of time, there was a new version got released. And I don't know that there was a new version got released and new features are released for that library. Okay. Now that after a few days, whatever the things it is there in my library, it is not 100% efficient, which is compatible with the new version. Okay. Now what should I do now? This is gone. So what should I have to go to again to the internet, get back, and I need to work on it. Rather than that, there is a centralized repository, and I have a name called dependency. Okay, I have added the dependency here. Okay, and it will come from the automatically. If it added here, it will come from the centralized repository. So if the new version comes, what is the problem? I can go and change here 7.2.0. Then automatically version will come. I don't want to work on it. I don't want to feel on it. And my project will not have any delays, anything, so that I don't have any sort of issues. Only the point, like I need to go and change the number here. That is the major advantage where Maven will provide you, rather than any other things, making to the centralized repository. Okay. So you have a centralized repository. Wherever any version, anything, you want to go to the old version, you want to go to the new version or middle version, doesn't matter. It depends on your requirement and your project. So if you want to take it, go and take it from there. That's it, simple. Okay. So, but if you have a local repository, then how do you do that? You have to maintain it. Okay. That in the same example, which I said, in my piggy bank, I have the invalid notes now. I need to go on to the bank, stand in the line. Okay, sir, can you please change my notes to new notes? I need to have that, ask that. But if you take my wife to be clever, so she go to the bank directly and withdraw money. Simple like that. Okay, this is the major advantage where you can see with the Maven. Any questions regarding the Maven and what is the use of it?
No, Anna, continue.
Clear?
No, Anna, no doubt.
Okay, good. Now the point is, Yes, sir.
Only one question here. I'm talking about version. Are you going to explain or can I ask the question?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm talking about the Maven. I told about right now Maven and what is the advantage, why we need it. We need to know
Okay.
at any point of time why we need it. Okay, that is what it is I was telling. In that, if you have
Okay.
any question, ask.
Yeah, please go ahead. No question.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Now coming to the point of dependency. Now the dependencies is the one where you will understand here, like I have added one dependency. That means I want a jar of so-and-so name and so-and-so artifact and so-and-so version I want. So can you please get it from the Maven? So this guy is what he will do, right? He will go and get it and put it into the Maven dependency. So this is what my test-ng jar came, right? Right? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, once my test-ng jar has been added into my project, then wherever I want to use the test-ng, for example, I want to use it in the Maven _2 _ Java 1 class file, which I have used it. This is org.testng. Then automatically, I mean, I want to use the test @test. That means like it will come from the test-ng package, package in the sense like jar. So you can able to use all the classes, whatever it is providing by the test-ng, right? Because you have a dependency right now. Clear?
Yes.
Now the point here, we need to understand this jar is providing you one reference, means like the supporting classes it is providing you. It is providing only supporting classes and it is not doing anything else. Only the thing like the jar came here and it is providing you extra classes where some other guy written, and that is you're gonna be use those classes. Use those classes very clearly, I'm saying. Use those classes and packages, I say. Okay. That is only thing. Yeah.
More one question. Here, group ID we mentioned that is, we can say the jar name only, right? I mean, I know that that's the organization. So you mentioned testing, right? So that belongs to that jar.
No, see, test-ng is the one of the library you want. Okay. This test-ng library is providing with this group ID. This is the group ID. This is the organization you can take. This is the package name you can take. However you understand again, but you want the test-ng and it is having with this group ID. This is the package which this test-ng is wrapped in that. Okay. Now, for example, Shashi, I will show you this one. You can remember this org.testng, right? Okay. Now I go here. So if you see here, org.testng.set. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the package basically. Now, normally I have used the package com.test, right? In the com.test, I have wrapped the class Maven2. In the com.test, I have wrapped the class Maven3. In the com.test, I have wrapped the class Maven test, right? In the same way, the guy who has implemented testng, he has wrapped his classes under this name of org.testng. That is called group ID.
Anna, one doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
The classes that we are created inside test, right? But that is basically for developers, no? Means in the official site also they have mentioned that this test is need not to be packaged or deployed.
Where you are talking about?
Yeah, but we need to create, we are, as a tester, we need to create inside main, right?
I mean, you are asking about why have created in the SRC test Java? You are asking this
yeah,
way?
yeah, that is the class created inside test is not cannot be packaged or deployed, right? Then why we are creating inside that? That's for
I'll
developers,
come
no?
to that point. See, basically now we are understanding about the Maven. I'll come to the point like when you deploy it, what will happen and how it will happen. Okay.
Okay.
So up to now, right now, do you understand the dependency? Okay. Here, clearly telling one point repeatedly, dependency, it will give you a jar. That jar will give you a packages. That packages contains list of classes which will be used in your classes. That is very clear because it is not doing anything else. Okay. It is giving you one supporting classes. That's it. Okay. Clear. Okay. I'll take silence as a you people understand about that dependencies. So you can write number of dependencies, how many dependencies you want. You can write, I have written only one test engine dependency. Now we'll go to the another concept called plugins. Okay. So you have understand the dependency. Now we'll go to the plugins. Okay. Now what is this plugins? Why we have a dependency, right? What is the reason we need a plugin? Okay. We'll see like what is this? Inside the plugins, you have a plugin that's you already know. And it is also the same thing. What is the difference? Here the group ID is there. Here also group ID is there. What is artifact ID? It is artifact ID. What is a version? It is a version is there. It is pretty much similar, right? Why the guys has given a different name for it? They can say it's a dependency, right? Correct? But there is a very, very thin line difference it is there with the dependency and the plugin. Okay. You cannot say plugin is the same as dependency. That is a totally different. Okay. But it is has a very, very similar features. Okay. Now, the first difference I'll say plugin. When you add a plugin, when you add a dependency, you can see the dependency in the Maven dependencies, right? When you add a plugin, did you see the plugin dependencies here? Anywhere?
No. No.
No. Okay. So the first question is why? Why we don't have a dependencies here? I mean, dependencies in the sense like in my term, it's a jar. Okay. Now the plugin is also brings a jar. You can see like here, group ID is there, artifact ID is there, version is there, which is bringing the dependency from the Maven. And also here also is the group ID, artifact ID, version is there, which is, this is also pointing to the Maven central repository and getting the same jar file. But this jar file is not available here. What is the reason here? Why we need a, why the jar files are not available here? Okay. Anyone has any answers? Okay, I'll explain it, not a problem. Now the point which I'm gonna tell you why. So basically to understand why these jar files are not here, we need to know why the plugins are used. Okay. Now the basic difference of the dependency in the plugins are the dependency, it will support your classes, means it will give you these support classes where you can write extra things like the test engine is giving me so that I can write the test cases. And other thing, if you ask me, like, Cucumber will have a one more dependency where it will give me the writing the report, something like that. So it will have, I mean, I don't know exactly about the Cucumber, but I can tell you different things. But the point is like, it will give you the supporting classes where you can use your project. Okay, that's only the one thing it does the dependency. Now coming to the plugin, it will it will do a action on your project. Action on your project means, for example, clean is a plugin. Creating a jar is a plugin. Creating a var is a plugin. Surefire is a plugin. Compiler is a plugin. That means like it is doing some action in your project. As Chaitanya said previously, it will do a action. Okay, now coming to the point, what action? Why it does an action? What is the reason it has to do an action? Okay, I can say like compile means I have a compiler, right? Why the compiler I need? Okay, why the Surefire it is there? Means what exactly it does? Now to answer this, here you have a plugin you have added. That means like you are providing, you are doing some action in that. Now, now simple thing like basically to run any project, what we do, we will go to the whatever it is, right click here. Here we can do the testng test because it's a testng project, right? Now to run our class file, where if I go here, I do right run as a Java application. Means I'm telling to the Eclipse saying that, boss, this is my class file. You can run the Java application. Okay. Now I'm going to the wherein test. Okay. Okay. I'm telling to the Eclipse, boss, this is my class. This one into testng. Okay. These are the things I know. When I run this one, what will happen? This testng, whatever the dependencies I have used, it will get it, right? Because I have imported those classes here. Clear? Now, coming to this plugins, it will run. How we have to say this? You have to run it because clean is there, test is there, site is there, jar is there, war is there. How we will say? These plugins will be executed through goals. Okay, I will come to the life cycle later. Okay, first of all, I'm introducing a new word called goal. GOAL, goal. Okay, that goal is means what type of action, what is your end goal, what you want to do it now. That is an action basically. So in terms of English word, it's a GOAL, goal. Now I want to run this Surefire plugin. Okay, this Surefire plugin basically is running the testng XML. Okay, right now I will go here, build. So before that, I want to show you one more thing. This is my target. The target is nothing. It's an empty because I just cleaned it. Run Maven build. I will say test. I said like a goal I'm doing. Yeah, I have added a one plugin and I am saying like this is the goal. This is the action you want to do in my project. Okay. Then if I say run, something is wrong. Did I say something?
Sir, testng name testng.xml, right?
1 second.
31 lines.
Sorry. I have, when I was explaining, I missed it something. So the goal, I'm saying like run. So it has been run. And if you go to the target, refresh, if you go to the target, and you can see the all the reports, the suit, everything. Okay. If you open this one, as already Chaitanya has explained about this one, I don't want to go inside it. So this is one goal I have executed. Okay. Now coming to the other points. Form.xml. Next. Oh, okay. And other thing I want to show you guys is site. We'll show you the site. This is one more plugin I have added. This is called site. Okay. This everything I have downloaded from the same Maven repository only. Only the thing like there, it is under the dependency tag, it will be there. I copied only this 3 lines. Yeah, I put it into the plugin because I know it is a plugin, right? So that's why it is. Now to run the site. So I'll go here, site. What exactly site does? Anyone knows about that?
Generate the
It gen-
current
site?
It generates a documentation, full information about our project, about dependency jar, everything it will generate by itself.
You can see the site here. You can come here, index.html, and you can see this one. It will tell you the total about your project and the dependencies only. Okay. So now, for example, if you see in the dependency information, I have test-ng. If I have more dependencies, means it will give you the more dependencies here. Okay. And whatever the dependencies I have, test-ng, and what is the license of it. These are the other dependencies information, which is by default, it will come in the Maven. So those information, for example, if you take like JUnit 4.1.2, JUnit 4.1.12, okay. So this is the all the information which is providing here, okay.
Murali, one quick question here. Actually, we didn't add any the annotations or the decorators for this one, right? So how by default it was generating this?
That's it, Machi. So basically, the major aim for that site is it will identify in your project all the dependencies it will generate automatically. That is the major work for the site. Okay, so you no need to say, okay, this is my this is the class and these are the annotations of mine and these are the things. Probably if you have some classes add, then maybe it will give you some more information. But right now I don't have any other things here. So for that, it is providing exactly whatever the dependencies of my project, it is showing you here.
Okay, I remember that when we using this particular site, we added some annotations on the class files. So then it started generating the site, but you didn't add any decorators or this annotations, and directly it was generating. That's where I was
Yes.
surprised.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the major work of the site is like giving you the dependencies information. Okay. If you have added for the some other classes, means for that classes also probably, it will tell you whatever the references and whatever the packages you have used, maybe it can show that. Okay.
One more pointer also. Actually, Dharni has been added the plugins into the dependencies, and that was working fine. See now, if I copy this particular plugin and paste it into the dependency, will it work? No, right? No.
Now that is the point I'm telling you. Okay. Dependencies, it will give you only the class files. It will not do any actions on your project. Plugins will perform actions on your project. Okay. If you add as a dependency, as a by default behavior, it will few things can work. For example, jar. Jar can be do is like, it will jar, it will complete your packages and it will give you. For few things that with this default behavior it can do, but that is not the way to use. You have to use those things in action mode, means like that's the action you want to perform, right? For that only these plugins will come into the picture. Okay. And I will tell you one of the major difference why we should not add plugins into the dependencies. Okay, I will come into the picture last point, but right now let people understand, like, step by step what's happening right now. Okay.
Sure. Please go ahead.
That's all. Any questions up to now, guys?
No more.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. And also I have added one more plugin called jar var rar site, and I have added called Java docs. I'm searching for it. Let me.
it is below. It's below. You scroll down. Just now I saw. Yeah, here.
Yes.
Line number
Yeah.
76.
76. Okay, so So this is one of the plugin called Java Doc. Okay. Now run as build. Doc or docs, I forgot exactly. Yes, sir. Java docs. The same thing you can run with the command prompt also, but as a feasibility, the people will use, like me, a lazy person. So I use in the UI itself. Oh, something wrong. Wait.
Java-docs.
Okay, let me see this. I forgot the way to give. Yeah. Okay. I'll explain you the way we have to run it. Okay, now it is been generated. Now if you go here to the same the target. So guys, you can see like, generated resources, Maven, site and Surefire here. I'm gonna be refresh. Okay. This is the package list. It's being generated. And there will be one more I have generated. Java docs is I got the one more folder called API docs. That's what I'm looking for it now. One second, guys. I've missed somewhere it is. Okay, something like, it will generate one more folder called API docs in the similar way of how the site has been generated. That's the source information it will provide it. Okay. One more time, I want to try with the other goal, Java docs, colon, Java docs. I don't know exactly, I forgot the name it is. I don't know. No, it's not there. Okay. Yes, sir. So if you see this one, API docs, so it will give you the information of my class files of source main Java. It will not tell about anything else. It will tell you about your classes. Means like, this is my development environment where I develop of my first class and my second class. And it has the different methods it is there. Now, if you go to this, this is my first class, and it will tell you what is my constructor and what are the methods it is there. If I go to the second class, what is my constructor and what are the methods is there, and what is the return type of it. So it will give you the complete information. This is one type of plugin, that's it. So the major point what I'm coming here is you have to know how to use it. That's it. So there is nothing like, even like, 1 hour before, I don't know about this Java docs. Okay. Because I did not use personally, as asking by Anjum, I was just searching for it and get it, understand how it is works. And I have added here in the pom.xml. That's it. So So this is the way the plugins will be implemented. Okay.
Malali, one quick question, Malali. It's the same problem, means the same question. Once again, I'm asking the same thing. Don't get irritated. When to generate this particular Java docs, we need to add that respective tags in the class files, right? Then only it was generated. But how it was by default, it was taking. I was surprised because many a times in the class files we used to add that particular annotations for the Java docs. Then only it used to generate for us.
That's what,
Yep.
I was saying, until 1 hour before, I don't know about this Java docs. Okay, just
Okay.
now I have studied and implemented. Okay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Okay. Now
Fine.
coming to the major point, what is the main advantage of these plugins? Okay. Now you people understand, this is using for the actions we are doing in our project, right? That is what we are very clear. Okay. Now all the things we know, right? This is a one type of library it is giving. Now, where is this library? All these people we says like, okay, guy, this is library, it is getting from the Maven repository. But when I search here, the libraries are not at all available here. I mean, not in the JRE, in the Maven dependencies, because I have added in the Maven, right? The Mavens in the Maven, you do not find any library. Okay. Why? What is the major reason why the Maven will not putting their plugins here? Okay. Now the major answer for this, I mean, the point what I'm trying to tell you, right? By the name you can understand like plug in, like whenever you want to plug in and you can use it, just like our plug, So to switch on the motor, you just plug in your wire and it will start. And you want to take it out, you can take it out. And it does not have that much of preference. Okay, it does not have that much of preference. Without this, your project will not run. There is no point. It will run. If you did not add the JavaDoc plugin, no problem, your project will run. If you did not add the Shure plugin, no problem, your project will run. Okay. So now the point is like the preference is less. Dependency is a more preference because it's giving you supporting classes to run. Okay. When you develop, it will give you the supporting classes so that you can able to write the code, right? But plugins, without plugins also you can able to write it. Now, now coming to the picture, as I said, like it has a less preference, which is not available in the dependencies here. But where it is exactly? To find it, this one, basically, I have to go. Everyone knows .m2, right? This folder. This
Yes,
will tell
it's
you,
local.
this is tell you the local repository. So if we go here and go to the org, it's Apache Maven, then you can find it here. Okay, so plugins, all your plugins, whatever the plugins I have added, it is available here. That plugin, site plugin, Surefire plugin, and there are some default plugins are available, FileSafe, some other things which I was trying today. So all these plugins is available here. If you open site plugin, and the same way, if you see, this is also one type of a jar. If I show you the file extension, it's a jar. The jar file, it came automatically. But why this will be not available here? As I said, less preference. Okay. Now coming to the point, even the less preference also, why they can able to add it here, right? What is the problem? The major problem here is when you bundle a package, when you bundle your package, means because like for example, I am a developer of Maven site plugin. Okay, I mean you can say not a plugin. I can say like I'm a developer of TestNG. I have developed everything. There are some other supporting files I have used, but I have used some other plugins also. But when I bundle this TestNG jar, I need only the supporting things. I don't want to do any action out of it, right? Because I can have hundreds of plugins, which is not needed now. But for me to get me the files, only I need these things. That's it. For that reason, to decrease the weight of your jar, and which is not going to be helpful for that. That was the major reason this plugins will not be added in our Maven dependencies. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Good. So that is the major point which I want to tell you guys. So yeah, this is the whole POM. If you guys are clearly understand, means whenever you want to use, this is not a very big rocket science, you know. Only the thing like you need to understand plugin. Inside the plugin, you need to add the whatever the artifact you want. Okay. And
And
one,
we mentioned that class path and all, no? That thing. Can you explain?
what was it?
Means starting point of execution. Like we
Starting.
mentioned add class path and main class, that one. It is not here in yesterday's class we saw.
Okay. Before coming to your question, I have one more point to tell you guys. Okay. Basically, what I was doing right now to run this, I am going to the Maven build. I'm writing all the goals here, right? But there are few things are available here. Okay. There is a clean generate resources, install and test. Why these things are available and why we need to go inside and write it here? Because they have given few things are handy in the Java, I mean Eclipse IDE is giving few things are handy which the people will frequently use, like clean, install, test, and generate resources. I did not see about the generate resources, but this is the things like clean, install, test. This is also the same type of a goal. You can write a test. I written the test here. Okay, I written the test install over there. I can write the clean over there. The same thing. This is also performing. There is nothing difference here. But this is the build is like only the it will build the project. This build is like it will give you the goals path so that you can write whatever the goal you want, you can run it. Okay. So this is
Molal,
what.
I think it would be much more better if we talk about more about the goals and then the build life cycles. That's the only part pending. Probably, anyways, I'm just giving a hint so that we can cover it tomorrow also. That is fine. But the most important thing is the people should understand what is a Maven build life cycle and what is this particular goals and how you are running. See, now you're just giving the site and then it was generated site, the Java docs. So this is what even for today I just planned for it. So first wanted to talk about the build life cycle and then this particular thing. You can plan it for tomorrow. I'm just giving a hint so that please
Okay.
keep that one into the mind.
Yeah, I'll give you the information, Machi. Okay. So build life cycle, everything I'll tell you about tomorrow. But as of now, you guys clearly understand how and why we need this and how to run this and what is the use of it and why these jars are not available. Okay. So that is the major picture you have to keep in your mind. Tomorrow, at any point of time, when you sleep also, when I wake up you and ask you, what is this? You have to tell it because that is the point which you need to understand here. Okay. Clear? So if you did not understand, ask me. I will tell you in another way. I'll put it to you another point way. Okay, but the major underlying concept which I'm gonna become here, right? You need to understand clearly. Okay.
Cool.
Guys, any questions, anything? If you are very calm means I feel like, you did not understand anything. If you ask some questions means something like, you can see like, okay, some people are understanding something is, I'm missing guys. Okay.
Thank you, Molali. Thank you so much. After a long time, I was listening for your session. I'm feeling very happy, and it was refreshed for me. And many of my doubts were clarified. And but actually, yesterday, one thing we have done from my end, I did a small mistake, guys. I told that plugins added into the Maven dependency. really the plugins added into the Maven dependency in terms of that particular file. Because if you see in the Dharani's file, she added into the dependencies. So that's the reason whatever the plugin jars are there, so that has been added into the Maven dependency. If you have that means plug, if you have been kept into the plugins element or the plugin tag, then that will be not added. So as Maulali rightly said, so we have to be cautious when it is a plugin, keep it into the plugin elements. If it is a dependency, keep it in the dependency elements so that it would be very much clear to use it. But still, Amala, I'll connect back with you on this docs, because we are implementing it in our project. But still, every time you used to ask the tags and all the things, then only it will generate. But I used Ant at the time. So now Maven might be, with the help of this direct, it was generating it. So I'll just try to look at it. If I require any help, I'll call you back.
Anna, what about assembly plugin?
Okay. Assembly plugin, this is one more type of action which you are going to be provided. I did not show you this jar, right? I'll show you the jar and then I'll talk about the assembly. Okay. Jar, colon, jar. Okay. Now, the format which I give, guys, there are two ways to execute your goal. One is the straight name. Other one is like you have to have the simple format. Like it is called, sorry. This is called plugin name and this is called your goal. In the plugin also, there are multiple goals probably available for different types of plugins. For that reason, for one plugin, for this jar, I want to execute this goal. So that's what I am saying here. Okay. And run. So again, I'm going to this target, refresh, open, and you can see here, this jar file is got created. Okay. Now you can see there is a one more plugin called assembly. Okay. Assembly and jar, it is also very, very similar. Assembly also, like, it will bundle everything in your all the classes, everything bundle into the one package. Jar is also doing the bundle into the same package. Now only the difference between the assembly and then the jar is you people know about the Windows installation of any application. There will be providing a .exe file. When you double click the .exe, I mean, when you install the Eclipse or when you install the any other software, VLC or any other Windows player, anything, they will give you a exe file. When you double click and you can say next, 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 depends on the path, everything you given, then it will install that software in your operating system, right? That is what is happening. Okay. Now the same thing it will do by the assembly. Assembly, it will give you the .tar file. .tar file is the one which will be installation file in Linux. Okay. So in Mac OS. So it is basically it's the similar type of platforms. For that reason, this .zz file. So different types of formats you can able to identify here. So for that reason, this assembly will given. That is also does the same thing. It has also package and jar is also has a package, but jar we will use in our project so that we can have this one as a supporting classes. But in the assembly, where it is as an installation file, installation package, where you're gonna be take your assembly and install into the some other location. I mean, some other location in the sense like some other platforms. Okay.
Anna, and also about resource plugin. Here we didn't do anything with resource, no. Then which insights resource plugin is also there.
This one?
No, resource plugin.
You have only one Where is that resource plugin? Did I add it here?
What they said is it copies the resource to the output directory like that they are given. But we didn't create anything under resource class resource.
Okay. Now
Molali,
coming to
one
the
second.
point.
I need to drop for another meeting. So please, you guys can go ahead. So I'm making you as a host and I'm leaving. Please tomorrow, Molali, turn back with these build life cycles, goals and plugins. So for half an hour to 1 hour session so that we can wind it up for tomorrow. Okay.
Sure.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day. I'll catch
Anna,
back to you
can we
tonight.
get the recording and the POM file today?
This I'll keep this one into the repository.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Take care. Bye.
Okay, you're asking about the resources, right, Dharni?
There's a plugin